Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're unboxing something super exciting. It's the DYU Stroll 1 e-bike. I've been waiting quite a while for this one. I hope you enjoy the bunny. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and let's get straight into it. Inside the box we've got the new bike, of course, which is so light that I can lift it up alone with just one hand. We've got the main body, some accessories, and of course the user manual. As always, DYU does a great job with their packaging. Everything's packed up nice and secure inside a thick heavy duty box, and it has lots of padding around the bike. Individual foam paddings, both light and heavy duty, and on top of that wrapped and secured with cable ties, making sure no damage is caused to your bike while it's in transit over to you. Inside this little box you've got the manual, pedals, charging unit, and a DYU branded multi-tool. There is some assembly required to the bike. I've already attached the kickstand, which was super easy to do. I then attached the front mudguard and then the front wheel, which has a quick release mechanism. Then comes the handlebar, which I sat on the bike to make sure it gets centered. Remove the grips, slide the brake lever and gearbox on the right side. Repeat the same for the left side for the brakes. Attach the 3 cables that are dangling down, which are super easy to do, and then you're ready to get this bad boy of a bike on the road. So we are out on the road on a nice sunny but quite windy day, if I may say so, and this is the bike. Let me show you it. This is it, fully built. I'm not sure if you can see it properly, but here it is in its joy and glory. To get on, turn it on. There's a little on switch at the top. Press and hold, wait for this to come on. Nice, simple, easy display to read. The top is the assistance level 1, 2 or 3. The bottom is the battery level, and that's your speedo. At the moment you can use the bike without any pedal assist, so the bike is currently on, but it's just reading my speedo and nothing else. What I'm going to do is get it into level 1, then 2 and 3, and immediately you can see the speed pick up while I'm still in first gear. And I do hope you can hear me, because my god, it is so windy. As you can see, we're cruising along. I do not feel any resistance really on my legs while I'm pedaling. I guess I'm just moving them for the sake of pedaling so that the bike can pick up that I'm pedaling, and it just pushes me along, I guess. So first impressions of this bike is I actually love it. It's big, but this is a standard bike compared to my other bike, which is the DYU D3F that I actually purchased myself. I'll come into a lot more details later on in the video, so just be sure that you stick around so you don't miss any of that information that I'm gonna give to you. So nice size commuting road bike, I would say. This is the newest bike from DYU, and it does look absolutely amazing. The frame is made of lightweight aluminium alloy and is actually really quite nice in this silverish color. Then it comes in, it's got like a little grain to it, which is really nice. The battery is a 36 volt 9 amp removable battery. I love that. It gives you a key. It's quite secure. So to remove the battery, you need the key that comes delivered with the bike, and that's the only way to remove it. You can charge it while the battery is still on the bike, or you can just remove the battery, carry it with you and charge it separately. It's a really good anti-theft system for the battery in case you do decide to lock it up outside somewhere. The charger input voltage, because it obviously comes with a charger, otherwise how are you going to charge the bike? It's basically AC powered from 100 to 240 volt. The charging time for the battery is rated between 7 to 8 hours. I'm assuming that's from empty. The battery has a claimed range of 100 kilometers total, which is about 62 miles in terms of range. So the ride on this bike, as you'd expect from DYU, is actually quite comfortable. It does not come with any suspension, front or rear, or any dampening shocks or anything like that, but to be honest, I don't think you would need it because of the size of the wheels and the way the wheels are designed. It is actually pretty nice and comfortable. If anything, I would prefer a bigger seat because I have an extremely big bum because I go gym and do a lot of squats. So, but that's just a personal preference, because on my DYU D3F e-bike, the seat there for me was more than enough, and it was really, really comfortable. So that was going uphill, 13 miles an hour, barely felt any sort of resistance
on level 3 assistance. That 250 watt motor really kicking in there, and it has a 250 watt high speed motor and has a peak power output of 500 watts, which is actually still road legal because it's a 250 watt motor. And I do love that it can go a little bit higher onto the 500 watt side. It's definitely going to get you uphill with quite some ease without you having to worry about pedaling. It gives you a top speed of 25 kilometers an hour, which is 15.5 miles per hour. The tires are CST tires that are 700 by 38C, which means that they are puncture resistant, not proof, but puncture resistant. That is actually a really good thing, especially when you're doing city riding and you're going quite long distances. You do not want to get a puncture and then sit there having to worry how you're going to fix it or get to where you need it to go. So basically, the tires being puncture resistant just allow you to just ride confidently, I guess, on any slippery surface as well, because they grip pretty nicely. I also like the safety features on them, where it has that little white strip around the edge of the tire. So that's designed for nighttime, where if a light shines on it, then it does get nice and reflective. The brakes are pretty good. They are oil disc brake systems, so DYU are calling these state-of-the-art dual hydraulic oil disc brake system, giving you stronger braking power. And I do believe that, because this bike does have a lot more brakes and braking power than my D3F e-bike that I purchased. By the way, I think this is a good time to tell you not to forget to buy the accessories that you can input on this bike. That can include the water bottle, the front basket or the rear basket. So make sure to check those out on the DYU official DYU website. So the gearing system is a 7-speed Shimano gear shift system, which is a pretty good standard by this day. I'm glad the DYU have gone for this choice. That Shimano gear shift combined with the multiple riding modes actually gives you a lot of riding choices, basically, so you can just tailor this to suit how you want to ride, whether you want it on, it's so windy, whether you want it on level 1 assistance, 2 or 3, or if you just want to completely switch it off and just ride the bike as if you would be riding it normally. So as mentioned, this nice bright clear LED display system can give you difference in being able to know what you're doing or what you're not doing. So I like to have it on because obviously I want to be riding on assistance level 3, but if you don't, you can just have it on assistance level 0, pedal by yourself, and it gives you a nice indication of your speed. And if you're unsure, or if you forget any of the settings, you can just go into the actual settings of the bike, and that will give you the display of the power output that it's currently doing, what voltage. It will give you a choice to choose it if you want it in kilometers or miles per hour. It will give you the battery level. It will give you the wheel size as well, if you ever forget what size the wheels are. And for extra safety as well, this bike comes with a front light that you can switch on. It's nice, high powered, and it will definitely give you that little bit of extra confidence at nighttime while you're riding, so you can see where you're going, because some of the roads here are not fully lit. And on the rear as well, it has a little nice deflector, which again, if cars are behind you and the light shines on it, at least they're going to be able to see something there from you. So the recommended height for this bike is between 5.24 feet and 6.39. I am actually 5'8", I believe. I haven't checked in a very long time, but that's me, so I definitely fit in nicely in that range. The bike itself, fully assembled with the battery and everything, weight-wise, is a total of 19.5 kilograms. The load capacity is stated to be 120 kilograms maximum. Measurements-wise of this bike, I'll just give you the overall full length measure. It measures 71.7 inches, which is 182 centimeters in total. The height total of this bike is 40.9 inches, which is 104 centimeters. The pedal ground clearance is 100 millimeters, which is 10 centimeters. So at the lowest point, when you got your foot down, the bike is going to have a 10 centimeter clearance from the floor. The handlebar width total is 640 millimeters, which is are 64 centimeters. It's a pretty nice standard size that can suit anyone within that height range. Now obviously the handlebar is completely adjustable. You can rotate it up, down, and the same thing with the brake levers and the gear shift lever. You can move it inwards or outwards just to adjust it to wherever you feel comfortable. And the nice, I would say soft-ish padding, it's like a memory foam, it feels, does help a lot because you might be resting a little bit on the handlebars depending on your seat position, if you got it up high or a little bit lower. So the seat itself, the minimum height you can have the seat from ground is 900 millimeters, which is 90 centimeters, and the maximum height from the ground, wow, it's so windy, that you can have the bike is 1050 millimeters, I believe, which is 105 centimeters. Another nice safety feature, by the way, is that the e-bike automatically powers off after 10 minutes of inactivity. So if you ever come back home, park it up, forget to switch it off, it just automatically starts the countdown, and then 10 minutes later the bike switches off. So you don't have to worry about running your battery low overnight while you'll have it at your house for the next day.